We've all been thrown into this experience of having to cope with the anxiety of an uncertain future, especially in 2026, because destabilization is sweeping across the planet and it's cracking foundations in multiple systems all at once. Our ecosystems, our economic systems, our healthcare systems, political systems, all at once. And here we are toppling inside of a tipping point that we've been approaching for generations. Our health, our livelihoods, and our relationships are feeling the impact. And yet, the choices that we make inside of this turmoil will seal our fate. There is so much writing on how we choose to cope with the anxiety of an uncertain future. Neuroscience tells us that when the brain enters moments of startle or shock, we become incredibly impressionable because our brains enter a vulnerable 20-second theta frequency. At this frequency, whatever we're thinking, feeling, or perceiving at the time becomes an unconscious belief that changes the way our brain functions from that moment forward. Once an unconscious belief is formed, the brain begins to behave very differently. It filters out information that it never filtered before, and it magnifies information that it never used to magnify, effectively altering what we perceive as safe and dangerous. It also changes our feeling of what is possible or impossible. This changes our behavior and governs our decisions, especially related to money, work, relationships, family, and community. Our decision-making process is completely altered because of the changes in our brain. Now, when we consider the amount of shock and awe that we're exposed to every day, and we think about the number of times that our brain dips into that vulnerable theta frequency because we're in a state of shock, in this moment, an unconscious belief is being formed that is changing the function of our brain, changing our feeling of what is possible and impossible. We all long to create a healthier and more secure future for ourselves and for the collective, but that's no easy feat when we're in a constant state of shock and worry, struggling with the anxiety of an uncertain future. That's why I put together my upcoming class happening on May 2nd. This class is for you if you've been struggling with this dreadful feeling of having no control over the future. This class is for you if you've been worried about job loss and economic instability, and that feels all-consuming. And the stress of that has been straining your health and your relationships. This class is for you if you've become socially withdrawn from your loved ones as your anxiety mounts. If you've been pulling back and just noticing yourself disconnected and dissociated, and you can see that that is affecting your mental health, but it's also affecting your relationship with the people that you love and cherish the most. I'm going to give you some tools to support you with that. This class is going to help you replace feelings of being out of control with a strong sense of being able to adapt and evolve through the unknown. And that is one of the biggest pieces of trauma healing, teaching persons who have trauma or who have chronic stress how to feel and reconnect with their ability to adapt. We all are incredibly adaptable by natural design. Our ancestors were adaptable beings who got through unthinkable, unimaginable challenges. And we have that programmed into us, this ability to adapt to the unknown. We just need to learn how to reconnect with that and feel it in our bodies as well as our minds. This class is going to help you with that. You can sign up for this class on my website right now, happening May 2nd. I look forward to seeing you there.